Hello again. In his most recent video on YouTube, Alex Belfield claims that he is being shadow banned and that his number of subscribers is falling, which he says is impossible to explain in any other way than dirty work by those who run YouTube. This is interesting, although I'm far from convinced that this is the only or even most likely explanation for what he is seeing. The truth is, there are fashions and trends in YouTube personalities and formats, just as there are in pop music, current affairs programs, politics, game shows, and every other aspect of popular culture. I was prompted to think along these lines by meeting somebody yesterday in a branch of Waterstones who is evidently a fan of mine. He introduced himself and took a selfie of the two of us. He also said something in passing which I found quite thought-provoking. He mentioned Bruce Forsyth as the sort of person who was once very popular, a household name if you like, and drew a comparison between people like Bruce Forsyth and those like me who are likely to be presenters of YouTube channels, rather than hosts of television game shows. This is perfectly fair, of course. It means that just as YouTube characters like Alex Belfield and me can become very popular, so that we get stopped in the street by well-wishers and people who recognise us, so too can we easily become past it and outdated. One time, jugglers, sword swallowers, and ventriloquists were thought to be hugely entertaining, but few people wish to watch such acts anymore. You see, times change. Cheeky chappies like Alex Belfield have been very popular on YouTube. People like me have also been in fashion for a while, people who just sit and talk to the camera. That doesn't mean that this situation will last forever. This is why the guy whom I met yesterday was so interesting to me in what he said, because he put his finger on a very important point. 50 years ago, Saturday tea time would not have been the same without Bruce Forsyth and the Generation Game. 15 years earlier, and everybody watched Sunday Night at the London Palladium, which was a variety show rather like an old-time music hall with a succession of acts, including ventriloquists. That format has fallen entirely from favour and been replaced with other styles. I strongly suspect that if someone started putting on a show like Sunday Night at the London Palladium, it would probably prove to be a flop. People's tastes have changed. Obviously, this same process is at work on the newer electronic media. Already we've seen TikTok eclipse some of what YouTube was popular for, and I dare say in a few years other things will also have emerged that people would rather watch than, well, Alex Belfield and me. Alex Belfield says that he got hundreds of thousands of views for one of his videos recently, and then only 15,000 for another. Well, yes, that's how it is. Some of my videos are flopped, while others are very popular. He also observes that his subscriber numbers seem to have plateaued, and indeed actually fallen over the course of 24 hours. Well, I've seen that as well, but I've no reason to suppose that something sinister is going on at YouTube. If my number of views or number of subscribers fall, then it can simply be a sign that times are changing, that perhaps I'm going on a bit too much. Perhaps I need to enliven the proceedings a little by playing the ukulele or reciting poetry or doing card tricks or something like that. Perhaps taste for my style of video is simply on the decline and people would rather watch TikTok instead. Somebody miming to a popular song, say. Nothing last forever, you see, and it is a great mistake to believe otherwise. There is a natural season to everything, and people's tastes simply change over time. There's nothing that can be done about this. I hope that Alex Belfield does all right, but it seems that he has now received another High Court writ, which is ominous. He does seem to believe himself generally persecuted by various forces. How true this might be, I couldn't say. In the description to this video, I give a link to his latest video in which he talks about these things. It's worth watching. I'd be curious to know what people watching this video think about what I've been saying here.